Finland is a completely different story. Finland is a boreal forest, and the fire situation in Finland is really uncomparable, completely uncomparable with what's going on in California.
Okay. We know that obviously in California the forest might be different. We've spoken on this programme before about the fact that global warming has a part to play in the increased aggression and number of fires that we're seeing. How do you think these fires can be managed in the future, taking all of that into account?
Well, this is really more about managing the land, and Trump is right that land management needs to change, not necessarily only forest management. It's basically the whole environment, particularly where houses are being built, where settlements are, where towns are, need to be managed in a better way. That means removing the fuel from close to the buildings, but also means building in a way that houses are not so readily flammable. Once one house burns, it's very easy to ignite the next house. So even if you clear all the vegetation, if you have wooden buildings, one will readily ignite the next one.
OK, so that's in the sense of how you treat the fire once it's already lit. But if we're looking at the prevention of these fires to start with, is there anything that the US, or particularly the state of California, could be doing to try to prevent these fires breaking out?
It's very difficult preventing fires breaking out under such extreme climatic conditions when you have very dry weather and very strong winds. All you need is a single ignition source, and ignition sources are common. It's really about managing the landscape before the fire occurs. And this really means, particularly for those who live in these particularly flammable environment, to be ready for evacuation, but also to keep their properties very clean from any flammable material, be that in the gutters, be that around the houses, but also not building with very flammable material. And so it's really about managing the landscape where humans live, rather than trying to put out a fire which is nearly impossible to put out once it's burning under such extreme conditions.